Viva! Hello to everyone. Yeah. My name is Darya. I really appreciate that you came during this weekend to listen to quite challenging topic. I don't speak only about my topic, but all the topics presented today. But before we start, I wanted to share a very short story about how I came to Moldova this time. It's not my first time, but this time was the most interesting part. When I came to the airport, I was asked a single question: why? And for sure, I answered, I came to Moldova DevCon to be a speaker. And the guy staying close to me, he said that, I'm going to a concert of Sabaton. I came to conference, he came to concert. And the guy holding our passports said, concert, conference, you will be singing there. I said, I will be singing at IT conference. He said, yeah, you know that IT guys are good at singing. Guys, who are good at singing? Okay, likely I was correct. And the question is, to sing or not to sing? I still hesitate because if I sing, I would fulfill the purpose of my visit here. But if I don't, I will have a second chance to come to Moldova again. Because usually, I'm not very welcome at the place when I'm singing. So let's consider the next stage as the song. It is a saga about the holy war between marketing, sales, and production. I will comment on the slides. Here you see quite bad figures, about 35% of success. This is mostly for outstaffing and outsourcing companies, not product, because if you sell product, it's a little bit easier. But we have the failures, usually at the delivery stage. Why? How come? Are all the developers really fail to deliver? I would say no, it's not about the developers. We have the quite big costs of disconnections between three main functions. I don't call them departments. In many cases, I will call them functions. Marketing function, sales function, and delivery function. When we have the marketing issues, the main part is how. How we provide the value proposition, how we in the future we will sell the product. We have the broken promises, because when the sales and marketing team promise to deliver within 1 month or whatever, and you do not control it, you will have the broken promises. As a result, you will have the failed reputation. For some regions like Nordic, if you have ever worked with Finland, fail once and you will not be able to enter this market anymore. And feedback blindness. These figures are purely on my experience. I have also asked my colleagues from Poland, Estonia, Latvia, Finland, and they approved that from their experience, 95% of clients, I mean, the software development companies, do not ask their clients the feedback in regards to not only the code quality, but about the communication, about the task fulfillment, about the general account management. I have split the approach into two main, I would say, problems. We have the promises. Promises are mostly at the pre-sales stage, when you do not touch the client, you as developers in production, not yet. We have the main pre-sales, sales, and up-sales stages. At the pre-sales stages, the marketing, lead gen, sometimes sales are working. They create something with your client and promise them something, whatever. In bad case scenario, you do not control it. They sell whatever they want, and as a result, you have to deliver what they have sold. Bold marketing claims. Sometimes you have these stupidly described promises on the website, in the marketing materials, in case studies, and whatever. And aggressive sales guarantee. When the sales wants to close, he or she will promise anything, especially if it's a good sales, like American type of sales, when chatty, etc. As a result, production has to face the issues with what to do with what was sold. And the final result is customers' disappointment. I don't know how many of you have faced the bad feedback from your clients. I'm not touching the inadequate clients when they react to, like specific spiritual part. I have worked with these clients as well, especially in some regions. But there are some specific in some region like Arab Emirates or China, etc. If you don't target them, good for you. If you do target, like the classic regions like US market, UK market, in many cases you will have the more or less the same cultural code. So there likely not be the issue of miscommunication between developers and the customer. In many cases, this is the real issue of bad sales. From my experience and the experience of my colleagues that have been in IT for the last 20, 25 years, I would say that there are two main types of strategy within companies. I would have called them the sales-oriented companies and the production-oriented companies. And in both cases, we have the best and the worst part. If we have the sales-oriented companies, in many cases, these companies do not listen to what the production responses. The sales and the marketing strategy is based on new tendencies. It means that it's almost impossible to have any expertise because every 2 years you have a new technology or even faster. You don't have the full sales process and as a result, we sell everything to everyone. The revenue targets everything. You have the risk management within your estimations. If you, for example, work with outstaffing, classical outstaffing, you just sell the cheapest resources at the highest margin. As a result, you don't control the delivery. And for sure, promise first, and then whatever we have, we have. However, there is another way when there is the production-rated companies, when production can just cancel leads at a quite late stage. Let's imagine, you touch your client, you start touching it like 6, 8, 9 months ago with a cold outreach, you're touching them, you're try to convince them to go on a short call, to present something, and then you have a request. Like request for proposal, request for CVs, request for demo, and at this stage, we don't want to work with them. And as a result, it demotivates the whole sales and marketing team. If you want to understand what kind of company you are, you could consider how fast the sales and marketing team is changed within your company. If the head of sales is changed every year, or 2 years, you are likely to be the second type. Because it's not only about burnout, it's about not completing the figures of sales just because you cannot do it. Oh. However, we also have, between sales and marketing, quite difficult war. Because if we speak to a marketing digital agency, they will use the term MQL, Marketing Qualified Lead. And all the metrics worldwide will be about these very MQLs. It's a first intent to buy. It's not qualified in regards to sales. However, if we touch sales, they will speak about sales qualified lead. In average, every 10th MQL is converted to 1 SQL. And for sure, production has not touched even SQL yet, because SQL should be a little bit warmed up to be able to have the opportunity for you to dive into the pre-sales process and to be able to present to your future clients. And in this case, we have a continuous war. Marketing says, you don't know how to sell. And sales says, the quality of lead is not good. And it is a very polite version. About marketing, just rough information for you. Marketing is extremely expensive. Account-based marketing is extremely expensive 10 times. I would say that this is the minimum amount of money the average outsourcing company selling, I would say, normal average projects or outstaffing should consider, because without this amount of money, you will not be able to buy the first thing, tools. Because there is a tool, I'm sure that you likely don't know about it. It's called Discover.org. Now it is called Zoom Info, which provides the purely internal information about big corporations from Fortune 500. And the one license cost is 65K per year. In this case, no. Opa. If we want to move forward and not to fail, we must have the three main approach: validation, compensation, and communication. I will tell you a little bit more because we have several slides left and I want to focus on it. The first one, if we speak about the delivery part, it is easier to sell technical discovery stage than to have 75% of risk management within your estimation. If your sales don't know how to sell discovery stage and you're working with fixed price approaches or ballpark approach plus fixed price discovery stage, you're in big trouble. Believe me, it is easier to train your sales team to sell this discovery stage for you not to fuck up, sorry guys, but it's true, than to re-estimate it 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. If you can train yourself and train your sales team to sell this technical discovery stage plus ballpark. It should be the feasible review and for sure formal sign-off of when we are signing the project, when we have, if we have any maintenance, how is it fulfilled, and between the teams as well. We have to have the unified metrics for all the functions. Unified metrics, what do I mean? If we have the sales team, the sales is only estimated when the money is on your account. All the rest KPIs is just playing around it. Marketing can be somehow at a little bit earlier stage, have the KPIs about brand awareness, you know, some MQLs, etc., some figures that business should convert through smart metrics into it. But sales, only money. Sorry, but it's true. And for sure, we could have the retention bonus when the client came to us and stay with us forever, till death. Yeah, but it's true. It is called the LTV. A little bit strange, but nevertheless. And we should have the flexible account management part when the client is already with us and we have the guys from production who can sell, who can upsell, and for sure to cover it with bonuses. Otherwise, it's almost impossible to motivate the team, you know, like to do such work. I literally know quite big companies in Poland, in this very function, account management, 95%, I would say even more. There are no account managers, I mean from the sales part, and they cover this account management part by delivery unit managers who have this revenue in their hands and for sure who are concentrated on money, delivery and money. It can be done also for project managers, product managers, whatever, but please don't miss it. It's not only about sales. And for sure, we should have the feedback for opportunities. Opportunity is the stage where you sell something to the client, you present the proposal. And you should have a separate line for the one opportunities, why the client decided to move with us. And you will be surprised. It's not only about sales. And why the client didn't go with us. It's a lost opportunities. And it should be done on regular basis, on monthly basis, together with all three functions. We also, if you're at the moment considering only having the, I would say, selling the hats, like out stuff, moving into format of solution development. Because when you're having the out stuff, there is India with Mumbai rates, and you will not be able to conquer it. No, no chance. But when you have a solution approach, you can put any value proposition with almost any price. Any, because your expertise is literally expensive. And in this case, hourly rate can be doubled or even more, because I literally know the guys in, like in Moldova who can sell up to 200 per hour. Retrospective, and as well for the projects, and knowledge integration. Why is it important? When you have completed the project, there should be the session with marketing. They will collect the information from you in a proper way to put the value points for later marketing campaigns to be able not to mispromise anything. And this session is compulsory, even if the project is under NDA, because we must collect the information of how to sell. Otherwise, it will be purely guesstimate, and as a result, blah, 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 back to 5 slides ago, and you will have broken promises and for sure unsatisfied clients. Because knowledge integration should be done as well on regular basis. I would say that this pillar shows the regular basis activities between all three functions. I would say that it's a good option if you want to try moving into sales or you don't know what to do with your current clients. You could join the workshop. It will be at 1:30. We will dive into the process, where is the bottleneck of the whole sales process, where we literally lose and why. And it's a good option for you to understand where is literally the stage we are losing. It can be as well as the stage of production. Thank you, guys.